Hello, my name is Araceli, and I am going to school for my associates in biology. I am going to be speaking about drug development and research for new drugs to be approved by the FDA. Drug development and research can have many effects on people today. You can say that some people do not like the fact that some drug research tests these drugs on animals such as monkeys, dogs, rats, and eventually on humans. What I learned about the new drugs being tested for approvals is that they are at least two different trials in which the drug companies have to go through in order to have the FDA approve them for sale. The clinical study is conducted according to a research plan known as the protocol. The protocol is designed to answer questions as well as safeguards for the health and volunteering, for the for the health of people that are volunteering. The first phase of development is the preclinical trial that is being tested on animals such as the monkeys, the dogs, and the rats. The choice of these animals is best correlated to humans' tolerance so that they can have a more sense of how the drug works on humans. They do experiments using a wide range of doses for the drugs to obtain preliminary efficacy, toxicity, and the pharmacology information. This test can be decided whether a drug has merit for further development during this stage. They could either decide to make amendments, change the protocols in order to see what kind of reactions that the subjects are having, and then kind of redo it and then go from there to continue with it, or to decide whether or not they're not going to put any more money into it and discontinue that drug altogether. The second stage of development is phase one, in which it involves testing humans. Usually small groups, about 20 to 30 healthy volunteers, will be recruited. This phase is usually done in a clinic where they stay overnight, and this is because since this is fairly a new drug and it's never been tested on humans, if they have any type of reaction, the medical staff is easily available for them. The next phase is phase two, in which the goal is to evaluate whether the drug has any biological activity or effect. They can also test subjects who are sick with the disease that they are testing for, such as diabetes. So if they're going testing through for a drug to help in cure diabetes, and a patient has diabetes, they can go and start giving them the drug to see on if they improve with their illness or not. Again, these groups of volunteers are usually between 100 to 300 people that assess on how the drug is working. If the drug is not working as planned or has lots of side effects, this will usually happen during this phase. So the next phase is phase three, done on testing on patients for efficacy and safety. This phase 3 study is usually done by randomized control multi-center trial places with groups of 300 to 3,000 people. These are probably the most expensive phase and long consuming because of the way the study is designed and ran. The subjects usually will have a longer time to stay in the study, and that is to determine on how the side effects and how the subjects react to the drug. They have a short follow-up period time for evaluation, and this probably when the drug companies try and market the drug to the FDA for approval, since they have documentations of the reactions from the study patients. The next phase is a phase 4. This phase is for subjects that have the disease at the study during that have the disease at the study drug that is being tested and usually already approved by the FDA. During this phase, the researchers can combine a drug with another drug to see on how subjects react or increase or decrease the dosages with the other medication that has already been FDA approved. Sometimes researchers find that the drug being tested can be used for other diseases. So again, if they're trying to create a new drug to help diabetes, but they're finding out that it can lower cholesterol or even lower your high blood pressure, then they turn around and try to market for that, either cholesterol or high blood pressure, whichever one gives them the results better, determining whether or not it is for high blood pressure or cholesterol. So with that, what they do is testing new drugs on animals during a preclinical trial. Researchers have tests on humans, so that way they can have documentation on how well the drug will work and hopefully find new beginnings to treat people with their diseases. And I do have a couple of examples here as far as how they create the animals. What they use over here, if you can tell that these little rats right here are little, so that means they don't have the drug in them. The ones that are a little bit fatter up in here, that means they have the drug and that they're doing a whole lot better with that on the phases. This is another form paper that I have that kind of mentions that they are kind of list on the groups of steps that they go through as far as the preclinical trials and then the clinical trials for them. This right here is some information as far as just letting them know, again, there's different study phases that they go through, what they can expect, and what the drug companies do to go through for that, to getting the test drug together. Thank you.